Hi Scorpio, welcome to your general messages for March 1st through the 7th. I hope you guys are doing great today. So I'm going to be pulling cards for career as well as relationship, and I'm going to start with relationship first. I will timestamp in the description box below when I begin career, so you don't have to hang out for the relationship if that doesn't matter to you right now. Also in the description box, you're going to see a 20% off coupon code for all of my readings. Just for the month of March, I'm doing that to celebrate my 2-year anniversary on YouTube as a way of saying thank you to you guys. It's been a really fun ride here with you guys. So let's get right into things. I did a separate video on all of the astrology for the month of March, Scorpio, so you could check that out if you wish. I kind of go very deep into the fact that we are having the astrological new year on the 20th, and we have a lot of really interesting energy this month. I really think it's interesting anyway. So lots of 8th house energy, 4th house energy. So I am feeling like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on about the idea of home for you guys this month, and also how you show up as a we in relationship. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we get. Oh, I like getting temperance. That's good. Okay. So right now you're in an energy of really asking that big question of like, what's fair? You know, regarding a particular situation. So we have this with the justice, you know. It's balance and fairness are important to look at right now, at least coming into this energy, right? So I would say like it would be relative to now. Because remember, the justice energy is Libra, and Libra is the landlord of the 7th house ruled by Venus. And Venus really wants us to feel good about being in relationship, wants us to feel good about being in something, and she values things that are equitable and loving, right? Make sure your emotional needs are being met here. And that's really what this is. Okay, really thinking about that though, because the numerology is the high priestess. So it's like you're thinking about, you're processing inside of you, like what's fair, what's not fair, and just trying to approach everything from a very level space. So I like that a lot. And then we have the Queen of Wands as a situation right now. Queen of Wands is a very feisty energy. It really is. It's about stepping into your power. This is really nice. This is ideas flourishing. You're going to have the strength to make something happen in this relationship. So you're going to feel very energized in the relationship. This is somebody who's very energized to be with you. I really like this. I have to tell you, if you're dealing with a person who is like this, they're very self-aware, which is great for Scorpio energy because you guys are the detectives of the zodiac, right? So you love to look under and around things, and you want to get to the bottom of why people are the way they are. So if you're dealing with somebody who's really not self-aware, and obviously this is going to depend, Scorpio, if you know what your personal transits are in your chart. When I say Scorpio, I'm talking about the general archetype. I don't know what aspects your chart. I don't know what was retrograde when you were born, right? But generally speaking, right, you really like people who are self-aware and know how to focus on the right things in relationships. Like you just don't feel comfortable with people who can't do that. Even though you might draw those energies to you, it's not a comfortable space. So we have this working with the beautiful temperance energy here. What do you need? What do they need? What does the situation need? So in relationship, a new level of trust and patient cooperation can be had after a pretty difficult time period. Those of you who happen to be single, you might find yourself energetically or spiritually pulled towards a new partner, but very emotionally intense time, for sure. Definitely emotionally intense. So you might be meeting that Queen of Wands energy, you know, and you feel very kind of connected to somebody. Or this can be if you're in a current relationship right now. I just really like this for you. Just having the justice coming into this energy too. It's just recognize like what does a fair, healthy, equitable relationship look like, you know? And you asking that question and you defining what that actually means for you. Or at least defining what you know you don't want. So I like that. Now the crowning energy, we have the 4 of Pentacles. You might be doing some really good work on yourself, but this is an energy also of self-protection and security, being very focused on that, focused on security, watching your resources, you know, it certainly can be for the sake of the relationship, you know, for sure. This could also be, because Pentacles is also mental, physical, emotional connection. You might be holding back on something in a certain way within this connection. You might be holding your heart very close. You might be in the space of feeling very self-protective. Because I'm feeling like it's because of something from the past. Something that you've gone through. It's putting you in a space of feeling very protective of yourself. Really focusing on, like, are you having enough at the end of the day? You having enough of you having enough resources, your, you know, your security needs to be taken care of. And we have the Two of Wands here. So this can indicate a new romantic partnership for some of you, maybe through work or friends. For sure. Others of you, you may be just waiting to hear from somebody, because you need to make a decision here with the Four of Wands, right? There are two aspects to a situation, and you have to figure out which path is going to bring you where you really want to go. And you're going to be in the space of trying to figure that out. So for some of you, this can simply be staying single or getting into that relationship. Others of you might be conflicted about leaving that relationship and going it alone, or some of you may even be conflicted between two different energies. But I do feel like you are in this space of self-protection, which is very interesting. We have the Seven of Cups as you. So, you know, the Seven of Cups really is about choices and confusion and commitment issues. Not feeling sure of what's on the other side of something, right? That's the tricky part. This is a Venus and Scorpio energy, right? It's in you guys. Venus and Scorpio is like, well, we know what Venus is, right? She's love, she's feeling good. It's a very benefic energy, right? But when it's in Scorpio, first of all, there could be a lot of jealousy here, okay? That can definitely be indicated. But there's this lack of clarity about you recognizing that something is changing. And it might just be you. You may be changing what you want, need, and desire in a relationship, or the relationship itself might be transforming into an even better space. But you're just not sure what's real, what's not real. Things might feel up in the air for you guys right now. You as a couple, you may be at the beginning stages of a relationship, or if you've been together for a long time, you're at the beginning stages of a new cycle, and you're just not sure. It's like you want it to work out, though. I feel like you're like cautiously optimistic, but you're still holding back a little bit, because maybe you went through a lot of pain with this person in the past. You know, we have the Six of Wands as the energy that's external to you. I mean, this is just really nice. It really is. Feelings are shared and very well received, really good communication, a deepening of connection. Just honestly, this is a good news card for any aspect of your life. Love. This is great if you guys are looking to buy a home, you know, any sort of property, anything like that. Just life in general. Anything that you need to make a decision on. So even though you're indecisive, your partner's going to be helping you to decide, if that makes sense. So we have the Seven of Swords as your challenge here. This is dishonesty and immorality and somebody overstepping their boundaries or being selfish, right? So you might be dealing with somebody who maybe is a little selfish, right? You're going to need your instincts and your wits to figure out the real truth of a situation. So, and that's going to be really hard for you to see through right now, right? Because you might need to play somebody at their own game to find out what you need to know, and that's going to be a challenge for you. You're not sure if you really want to do that. You might be questioning somebody's actual motives right now. Doesn't mean that they're bad. It doesn't mean that, right? This is a very psychological card. This does not have to be happening in reality, the Seven of Swords, because really in reality, what do we have? We have pretty good stuff here. Absolutely. But again, that fear might be coming in, right? Because of like, you might be obsessing over something. You might be overthinking something. Don't beat yourself up. It's part of who you are, right? I mean, right, wherever Scorpio is in anybody's chart, we all have Scorpio somewhere, even if it's just hanging out invisible in our 8th house. We all have Scorpio. Wherever that Scorpio energy is, we tend to obsess, you know, and overthink things because we want to figure everything out, right? Whatever that energy is. I'm saying we, I'm not a Scorpio, but I'm just saying that. Okay, so we have the judgment energy in the near future. So the judgment energy is assessing a situation having to do with love and relationship and shifting it into a new phase. So for some of you, there may be a need for reconciliation if you deem the relationship worthwhile and you guys are not together right now. For those of you who are single, you might end up revisiting an old relationship and decide if it's worth trying again. Because remember, judgment is Pluto energy. Pluto is your modern ruler, and it's all about the past, right? It's like digging up the past. It doesn't rule the past. That would be more Saturn. But Pluto is about digging up the past, bringing it up into the light to look at something, right? But it's about assessing and letting go of the past and making a decision about the past. So a lot of you may be like, you know what? Things are really good right now. Whatever happened, happened. I want to just focus on that. Toothpaste is out of the tube. Can't put it back in. Whatever happened. I know I did the best I knew how. So did they. And that's all we can expect from each other. Now let's move forward and live life. I can't tell you how much I love this, that the world is as the final outcome. This is just fabulous. It just really is. You know, Mars in Gemini in the 8th house, Scorpio. Let's just like talk about that for a second. Because Mars, remember, Mars is the tower energy in tarot. It's about putting the lights on and realizing that something, if it's not if it doesn't have a strong foundation or it's not working in a particular way, it's got to go. It's got to go, because Mars is completely obsessed with making sure that we're on our right path, doing the things that we're supposed to do. And in Mars in Gemini, Gemini is all about learning and communicating, right? So there's a lot of very practical energy here going on in your 8th house of how you show up as a we. It's how you combine resources. It's how you share intimacy. It's sharing communication. It's investing in things together. It's not a me energy. It's very much a we energy. So a lot of you are going to be realizing that you're going to be updating how you show up as a we. And you're going to release whatever you did in the past. You're going to be releasing them for whatever they did in the past. Whatever happened, happened. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And you learned your lesson. As the world having to do with relationships really is about just happiness and completion and success and lesson learned and goal completed. Goal completed. So if your goal is to be successful in a particular relationship, it's going to happen, but it's going to require there being this assessment and this release of the past in order for you to get there. And guys, keeping it real, some of you are going to need to really figure out what's the dealio with your commitment issues if you do feel like that, right? Well, any sort of like, you know, that 7 of Cups energy. You know, what's underneath it? What's underneath it? Go a little deeper into the psychology of the situation that might be existing here, either with you, with them, or between the two of you. We have love call, palm tree, love, keys on a ring. This guy popped out. All right, I don't want 5. 5 is the number of conflict. Now I have to pull another one. Grim Reaper. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's see. I get nervous here. Okay. So we have love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. The sun. Wow. Hello. Somebody's calling you up and it's really good. There's nothing negative about the sun ever. This is about growing a beautiful connection. Very nice. Palm tree. Stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. Right? Do you ever notice in palm trees, right, even after a bad storm, they're still standing. There's this stability and security about something here. Death and rebirth. So sometimes sometimes a relationship just needs to end, right? But it needs to end for a time period so that you guys could find your legs later on in a better way, because however you guys were doing the relationship up to this point, it hasn't been working. It hasn't been working. So it does like a break in your relationship either has already or will serve to strengthen something. We have love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. Oh, hello, Nine of Cups. This is a proposal energy coming in. And so within an existing relationship, this is really great to somebody saying, let's move in together, let's get married, let's get engaged, let's have a baby, let's fill in the blank, let's figure this out, let's work, whatever, okay, in an existing relationship. Those of you who are not attached, this can be being really wrapped up in like a new partner. But you being open to very real love, very real love. Don't judge by appearance in this energy too, particularly if you're meeting somebody new. We have keys on a ring, many options, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is obstacles, right? But indicating you have resilience to overcome whatever challenges you're dealing with here, right? Your morality is very important to you in this energy, for sure. And so if somebody's playing or anything like that, you really are not going to want to deal with this, because things can be very challenging for you right now because of this. So you may be in a space where you kind of feel like you have to fight for your relationship. And if they would do the same thing for you, then they're worth fighting for. But I feel like the challenge is this idea of options and this unconventional stringing along. And you did get the Seven of Cups, so I don't know. It might be you, might be them. It doesn't really matter. With the Boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues, we have the Three of Pentacles working with this. So the Three of Pentacles is an energy of coming together and collabing, you know. Really beautiful. And working at something in a way that's going to end up lasting the long term. We have the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. And we have this working with the Eight of Cups energy about departure, change, emotional intelligence being exercised here. You recognizing that something that you were trying to save is not worth saving. It doesn't feel like right to you. And it's time to move on, and you're feeling sadness but no regret here. You might have even left the situation emotionally already. So we have this moving on, closure issues. I see another energy coming in for a lot of you. It's very interesting. So we have somebody calling you. There being this stability, right, with the palm tree. Something ending. Then we have this love, somebody having commitment issues. It might be you. And you might be having the commitment issues because you're having issues closing out an energy that you were trying to work at in your past. You may be realizing that that energy just needs to be released. What you are in the past is not what you are now. Whether it was, 2 husbands ago, or, that last relationship, whatever it is, to really focus on whatever's in front of you coming into this energy. But it's releasing something that you did at one point, and it's just because your energy is good right now for a relationship, but it seems like there's going to be this new level of acceptance of something within you about how you show up in relationship. And it might be you being just super honest with yourself right now about, yeah, you know what, maybe you do have some fear of commitment. It doesn't mean that you don't love. It doesn't mean that you don't want to be in love. It could be based on past hurts. Maybe you were really screwed over by somebody in the past. It's not so easy to just snap a finger. We're not robots. I always say that. We're huge onions, and it has to peel off of us one layer at a time. How long does that take? Who the hell knows? We're all different. Energy is a very funny thing like that. We can't say, in 6 months? You've been broken up 6 months? You've been broken up 6 weeks? You've been broken up 6 years? What's the matter with you? Why are you still thinking about them? That's actually very cruel to do to yourself, so don't do that. Okay, so anyway, enough of that. I hope that was helpful in some way. I hope it wasn't too confusing. Very specific messages. So let's move on to career for our Scorpio friends. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right. Four of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 7 of Cups reverse, King of Pentacles coming into this energy, Ace of Wands. We have the Tower for you right now. Two of Cups reversed. King of Swords. And we have the Six of Cups as the final outcome. You might be returning to something that you, either a project that you once started, a while ago, or a job that you used to do, or you might be returning to a project to finish it up and then, maybe launch it. But we have, now remember guys, my money and career energy reads are not only about your job. This is about anything dealing with money in your life. So this could be buying a home, selling a home, buying a business, selling a business, the stock market, any sort of investment, insurance, inheritance, anything like that, okay? Anything at all. It could also have to do with your field of study that you're focusing on in order to make money. So we have the King of Pentacles coming into this in the recent past, really putting a lot of hard work into something, but you're really not going to have, you have not had any patience for anyone who's looking to take what's yours. You're trying to make the best of what it is that you have, and you're really trying to make something work, but you're not looking, and you're going to be very sensitive to this. If you feel like somebody's trying to get over on you, you're going to be able to see right through them, right, in this energy. You're not going to be able to, trust them if that's the case. Then we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacle energy is all about security, protection, watching your resources so that you can ultimately have a firm foundation. Those of you who have been maybe working part-time at something, you might get a more secure position right now. Those of you who are you're open to new avenues of making money. That's a really good way of putting what I'm feeling. And you're not unwilling to collaborate with people, right? We have the Three of Pentacles as a collaborative energy, and this is success. This is rewarding work, really allowing your talents to shine. Very successful launch of something, really good. Now, this is also money well spent on home improvement or money coming in from a sale. Yeah, just, this is going to sound strange that I'm saying this, but be careful of like detractors. Be careful of people showing up and being jealous of any sort of like fortuitous circumstances that are going on in your life. Have your spidey senses on for that, and really don't engage them. They'll just make you stronger anyway. But be careful of anybody who has anything negative to say about what it is that you're pushing forward. Now we have the Ten of Swords energy here. So as the crowning, there's an ending here, right? There's a history. So maybe you're ending a job that you've been doing up to this point, or you're bringing something to an end. So for some of you, it might be a marriage, and there's going to be some sort of financial situation that you have to figure out here. Or you've made the decision to sell a business, or get out of being in business with somebody, or you've decided that you've had enough of studying that particular area and you want to switch, right? But it's the finality of a release of something is actually going to release you from any sense of frustration and stress that you've been feeling, even if it's challenging, right? And painful for you to release it. It's okay, because now, first of all, you're ending something that's been really challenging, and you're going to be able to transform that challenging energy into something a lot healthier, and a new circumstance that you're not even able to see right now, which is really good. Now we have the foundation energy. We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So Seven of Cups in reverse is like clarity here. It's definitely better than in the upright. There's clarity, the illusion of something ending, and you having a very restored sense of self. It's almost like now I get why all that happened, or now I see. And this is so much better, right? But there is definitely this need for something to end. You right now having to do with whatever it is that you've been working on. We get the Tower here. So we're talking about when we're dealing with money or career, this could be restructuring a business, restructuring an idea. There could be just a possible change in circumstances in general. So something very... It's Mars, right? So Mars is like this warrior energy. So you may just feel like this abrupt change to your circumstances. Now, some of you may be really interested in purchasing a particular home or a business, some sort of property, and it ends up not materializing the way that you wanted it to, if you had your eyes set on something. So that could be for some of you. But for others of you, you may just be in the space of realizing that an idea needs to be released, or that job was not for you. There's definitely this idea that change is necessary, and because what you've been doing up to this point, it's not bringing you the foundation that you want. So you might be making the changes, or somebody might be coming in and making them for you. Now we have the Two of Cups energy in the reverse, which does indicate, now some of you, again, this might be literally like the ending of a marriage, because this could indicate a breakup or separation, and arguments though across the board. There could also be this element of disinterest. So some of you may be in the space of, because this is external to you and it's impacting you. So you might be having a hard time getting somebody interested in what it is that you're doing. So if you're looking to maybe sell a house, sell a project, something like that, you may be having a hard time getting somebody who's really interested. Like, you want to have a really healthy, solid, productive conversation having to do with the situation, and somebody is like not willing to do it, not willing to have it with you. So I feel like the way that's manifesting for you as the Tower is you're realizing that maybe you've been barking up the wrong tree with that idea, with that with the strategy that you've been employing up to this point, having to do with work. Some of you may be literally maybe firing a lawyer, firing an investor. It could definitely manifest in these different ways. Now, your challenge here, though, is in not becoming emotional with it, because we have the King of Swords, and this is in your challenge position. And the King of Swords is a really good energy in that it's all about focusing on the mind instead of the heart, right? And that's hard for you guys, because you guys are a water sign. This is about taking charge of your circumstances, and you feel kind of challenged by that right now. This could be a little bit of a frustrating energy here in the I feel like in the pretty much short term, because we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. This is about rejection and false starts, and there being some sort of delay in something that you're really looking to push out there. So it's almost like you're strategizing, right? It's almost like you're throwing the, it's almost like if you equate to like fishing, right? You're throwing the thing on the fishing wand, whatever the heck, you know what I mean? The string on it's like you're throwing everything out into the water to see what bites, right? And it does seem like right now in this first week of March, something may not be coming to fruition. But this is interesting to me, because then we have as the final outcome, we have the Six of Cups, which is about reconnecting with somebody from your past. And this connection ends up, like, if you've been going through a lot where you feel like you've been like suffering some sort of mistreatment, you're like hitting a lot of like dead ends, walls popping up every time you want to try to move forward, things are going to be remedied now. And this is about something really harmonious happening to you. So I feel like either somebody from your past, or you returning to something from your past. So whatever it is that you're actively trying to work out right now, it's probably not going to work out. And it's good that it's not going to, because it's really, really not meant for you. It's really not. We have the 11th house, which is the second money house. It's the house of gains and goals. It's also the house of networking. Aquarius is a landlord there. So we're talking about the future here. Good business energy too, good collaborative energy. And then we have the North Node, and the North Node right now is Gemini. So really this is about what it is that so Gemini energy is about learning something. It's also about doing business. It's about communicating. It's about signing on the dotted line. So signing something on the dotted line that's going to inform your goals. And then we have Aries. Beautiful. I really like this. We're entering into Aries season. So I feel like whatever is not working out at the beginning of March will be more so as we enter towards the end. Okay, more like that, right? Because we have the sun is going to be entering Aries on March 20th. So I just feel like that's going to end up being a better energy for you. Does seem like. Okay, let's pull an astro card. Hello, Uranus, beautiful. Revolution, all about the future. Very nice. Breakthroughs, brainstorms, love it. Awakening, technology. It's just really good. like expect the unexpected. You're not even going to see something coming, which is really, really nice. I like that a lot. And Uranus rules the 11th house, right? That rules Aquarius. Okay, let me pull a Moonology card. Conclusions are within reach. Very nice. Full moon eclipse. Fabulous. Love it. Okay, so I feel like they're within reach. Not yet. It's not going to be happening for you this particular week, but I feel like by the end of the month into April is really going to be much better for you. So that is what I have for you, my friends. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.